So I'm here today at Leader Evaporator, Swanton, Vermont, USA. Open house for everything maple. Different seminars that's going on, different equipment on display, new products that have been unveiled. There's some really exciting stuff that leaders come out with this year. So let's go inside and we'll take a look at it. So Nate and I are here. Nate's like the maple king of the maple world. I mean, he's pretty handsome too, so that helps. But we're here with Jeff, President, Leader Evaporator, and Guillaume. What's your title at H2O?
Chief Operating Officer.
C.O.O. He's a pretty handsome guy too. And as you guys know, a lot went down with Leader Evaporator and H2O in the last couple of weeks that left a lot of people kind of flabbergasted. And me being a dealer as well, to the point that I sent a text message, because I found out on Facebook. And my first response to one of the sales reps was, honestly, what the f-? And then he responds back, what? Because it wasn't really public yet. So, and thought about it first. At first I'm like, oh man, I'm bought into this Leader Evaporator. I mean, Nate and I have similar backgrounds as to why we're leader dealers, because we used it, we believed in it, and we didn't want to be a dealer for somebody else. And it was because I grew up in Vermont, made syrup on a GH Grimm, and that's what I wanted. My pants looked like my neighbor's evaporator. That's what I bought because I was bought into it. And being a leader dealer is something that I'm proud of, Nate's very proud of. And having you guys here, I am so excited after these last 2 days here at Leader Evaporator of what's to come.
We're pretty excited ourselves. I think I'll address the first thing right off the bat. So, best to start with first things first. You bought into Leader. Leader stays leader. Be mindful. Leader stays leader. That wasn't Jeff talking. That was Jeff and Guillaume talking.
Yeah, I can corroborate. Leader will stay leader forever.
And I think that's music to my ears. I don't know about you, Nate.
Yeah, that's what I was looking
Well,
for.
let me add some more music to your ears. Leader stays leader, made in this factory in Swanton, Vermont, with American workers.
That's a big deal.
Made in the USA products. And, you know, when we heard you speak about how proud to be a leader dealer you were, you know, this is actually what H2O wanted to buy into as well. Like, we're not stupid. We saw that the loyalty of the leader dealerships is unequaled nowhere else. That level of loyalty is unheard of. And that's because of the people. That's because of the brand. That's because it's the only meaningful manufacturing facility for maple farming equipment in the US, right? So when H2O comes in, yeah, we want to bring part of what we can bring to the party, like innovation, youth, dynamism, like re-inject some capital, reinvest in this place and the facility we're in today. We want to do all of that. But at the end of the day, what we acquire is talent, people. We want to keep that. And the same thing that you liked and the reasons why you wanted to be a dealer, of leader, we don't want to destroy that. We want to preserve it. It's precious, you know, it's very precious. So far from us any ideas of, you know, changing brand names, bringing manufacturing back to Canada. That's not going to happen. And it's funny when we were hearing the first time in some of the social media, you know, yeah, those Canadians are going to, no. We're an American company. We have more employees in the U.S. as of today. We've got, of 1,000 employees, we have 700 employees in the U.S. And we're just adding another 55, and we're going to even grow this place more over the next few years. So, yeah, it's those were funny things. When the first things that came out, we were like, what?
But everybody has been working on that.
Over 2 years. Over 2 years
Yeah.
of discussions, dating, working together,
Trying to
exchanging
figure it out.
products, selling each other's products in Canada and the US. So yeah, it was, you know, we tested the waters. It wasn't just like we woke up one morning and, you know, it's been a long time in the making.
We knew very early on the H2O as a company, incredibly innovative. Incredibly innovative. Resources beyond where we could have ever dreamt to go. I won't say any of the things. There's things they're working on that just are mind-blowing, game-changing for the producer.
The inventors of the hybrids, right?
Yeah.
They patented the hybrids technology. And that was a game changer.
And I think the notion is, Hybric's tremendous success, but you didn't stop.
Oh no,
You continued to innovate.
there's a lot of other things on the drawing boards. There's some new patents coming out. Smart Track, I think, was a big also revolutionary innovation that we brought to the market.
Which did incredibly well with leader dealers. They loved it.
They already did before we were merging. Now that we will be truly one entity, it's just going to become easier for all of the dealerships to really get access to a better line of products. Right?
So the product I'm most interested in is, are you guys going to come out with your own line of H2O Leader underwear?
You mean more than we have already?
See, one of our competitors has their own line,
Oh yeah.
and their customers.
I'm familiar with that competitor. Not familiar with that underwear. I figured it would have more.
I mean, their customers are really loyal. It's been said that they wear the underwear.
Yeah.
Are you guys planning on
So
coming out with your?
I wish I had it. I don't have it.
Oh,
I had
the
it
other
on
night.
Monday. I missed it. You should have told me we had this. We have.
This is a
H2O
competitive. I mean, I don't like copying.
we have H2O socks,
Okay,
and so I don't know if you consider socks underwear. We don't have that kind yet.
you're not going this way.
It's
This
very.
is not.
It's
in
very
development.
assumptive that
It's
everybody
innovative.
wears underwear
Yeah.
too.
It's
I mean,
innovative
that's-
marketing.
What about a Speedo? You want to wear a?
Just check for super hugger.
I think it's fun.
Now, the big thing that I think is, how do we grow the brand? I know that competitors for a while, they were killing it because everyone had a certain logo on a hat that everyone was wearing. Whether you use that product or not, I wore one. Not really proud of it these days, but I wore that hat. More because I liked the hat than anything else. Not
Okay,
because of that.
I'll stop you right here. I'm gonna make this really easy. When I first came to Leader Evaporator, I was in the grocery store, and I'm walking down the aisle in Enosburg. I don't even soil my mouth with the name of the company. Their sweatshirt here, their sweatshirt here, their hat there. So I went that hunting season. I went to a buddy of mine's hunting camp. He had this particular brand on his hat, little fancy hat with lights in the brim. We're all sitting there, had a cocktail or two in front of the wood stove. I opened the stove to fire it, pulled his hat off his head, threw it on the inside, closed it, burned it to a crisp. Gave him the one that I was wearing that said Leader on it. You're going to see a lot more of that. We've not done the job that we should have done at putting resources out there like it because people are passionate about the brand. Passionate about the brand. H2O, relationships, people matter. Leader, relationships, people matter. That's how you grow a business. That's how you grow a business in the long term. That's how you make a business sustainable. It's not about burning somebody one time. It's about building a relationship and bringing a customer through a product ladder. H2O is good at that. Leader's good at that. That's their focus. But imagine now we have the resources to be able to do things we never could have done before. I'm going to embarrass Guillaume for a second. This is a $250 million market cap, publicly traded company that believed enough in this little bitty bunch of craftsmen in Vermont to come take a shot at helping us, to help us figure out how to go from where we are now to where we're going in the future. Innovation, tradition, long-standing history, people first. How do you tell me, maybe you figured it, how do you lose with that?
You don't, it wins.
Every time, every time.
And the brand, I mean the Leader brand, over 100 years of history, that's extremely unique. There's no other, think about different things that you like buying, right? Like let's talk cars, barbecues, tractors. I'm not gonna name any brands. He doesn't like it when I talk tractors, because if you get the wrong brand, then you know.
I've used that today though. That your line, I've used that, and people get it.
But I mean, like, think of, but you know, let's say tractors. Like, I'm gonna name maybe just two, okay? Well, just one, John Deere, okay?
Mhm.
Like, people love it, people hate it, or it's the other way around. Yeah, like, you know, New Holland, or you know, they're gonna go for one. Barbecues is probably the closest one, but Maple, there is no other brand other than Leader that people are so attached to when it comes to craftsmanship of making, you know, maple syrup in the U.S., right?
With the Leader quality that's already there, you put those together. You put together R&D and research and taking ideas. Someone comes up with an idea and says, "Hey, what about this?" Oh, we'll look at that.
Innovation, right? And the innovation happens to be in our name.
Yeah.
It just happens to be, if you haven't noticed.
Yeah.
So tradition, strong brand, you inject that innovation with a little bit of capital if required. Boom. Number one in the world.
And that's where we're going. We will be the number one company in maple.
And I don't know about you, Nate. I want to be part of that.
Yeah, me too. So my question for you guys is, what can we do to help you? I'm sure you guys have been on the whole time. You got people asking you questions, you're meeting people, you're on. I'm sure you're drained.
And
How can
let's do
Scott and I help? Like, how can we help you guys? And help, you don't have to do the burden, you don't have to lift it yourself. How can dealers help?
So, thank you. For starters, you guys stuck with us when we weren't great suppliers. We were not profoundly reliable. We had more than our fair share of struggles. Stick with us. In the other morning, when we first started the dealer meeting, we talked about it, and then I came back up there at the end of the meeting. Do you remember what I said about being afraid?
It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay to be afraid. But if you're choosing fear over logic and reason, pause. Don't be afraid. Be brave. Be brave. You stuck with us through the worst. You did. It's
So
been
would
really
you-
hard.
I always tell people, would you respect me more if I jump ship? Would you respect me more if I was a quitter? Would you respect me more if I
So
jumped?
where would we be if we quit? I was very fortunate, and I don't have very much quit in me. Were there days where it would have been easier to quit? Absolutely not. But look at where we are today, because we didn't quit. Look out in the factory. Ask those guys. They didn't quit. How the hell are we going to quit on them?
Those guys are pretty excited and optimistic about it.
there's an energy in there.
Yeah.
Everybody can sense the energy.
You feel
You
it,
can
yeah.
feel it. And you know, let me bounce on that question. What can you do to help us? Quitting is probably not the right approach. Please,
Never.
However,
Never.
better than quit. You know what's better than quitting? And you may find that weird. Complain. And by complain, I mean we need your constructive criticism to get better.
But not whining. There's a difference.
I think everybody's able to know who whines and who is constructive, right?
Sure.
You know, and there's a few of those in our industry and in other industries as well, right? But good dealers and good suppliers are the one, you know, that relationship is important, and you are at the center of the innovation because it's through your complaints / constructive criticism that we get better and that our products get better. And the dealers in this industry happens to be some of the biggest producers also often, right? And or packers, but you know, there's the ecosystem is like, you know, your dealer, you're helping other producers to make their sugar shack better, et cetera, et cetera. So we need the feedback that in this particular region, here's the particular innovation that will really work. And then we can include that in our innovation cycle and then bring the better products to market. So first thing you can do for us is believe. Monitor us, put up the test. So like you're asking something 6 months later, where are we at? 12 months later, where are we at? And then deliver the good news if we happen to deliver on your expectations, you know? So that's I think how you can have very, very productive dealer-supplier relationship.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thank
I'm
you
so
for taking the
excited.
time.
I really am. I'm so excited.
you.
Thanks.
Thank you for taking the time.
Hey, thank you guys.
Appreciate it, guys.
Took a quart of syrup and we went to 257 degrees. When I'm doing it at home, and now you can actually see they're really going to start glowing right now. They're going to dry out right now.
So I'm leaving Leader Evaporator now, going to check out a sugar house that I've been to a couple times. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm probably not going to video that, maybe a couple quick pictures of it, but anyone that was here at Leader Evaporator saw me here, by all means, please reach out. There was a lot of you that did reach out and say hi, that you like my videos. By all means, reach out next time. If you see me, say hi. I'm always interested to meet people that are watching us on YouTube and seeing how we do it. And we've got a lot of exciting things to come. some orders, delivering some great maple equipment. We'll see you in the next video.